Hey there, Capricorn. How's it going? We're going to get started on your love reading for the month of February. Capricorn, thanks so much for joining me, guys. I hope you like this angle. It's not perfect. I still have to work on it, but it's something new. It's not permanent either. But I think I'll be doing more readings this way with this table angle. All right, let's see. Capricorn. Let's begin this reading by tapping into your significant other. Your significant other could be anyone that is of significance, that is important in your life, guys. Now, we are focusing on love and romance, so this will be most likely, obviously, somebody that you are romantically involved with. But the type of relationship that, is not of major significance necessarily, because things get complicated, right? It's just a person of important significance, okay? Let's see. My dear Capricorn, let me tell you how I'm feeling, okay? I can't ignore my feelings is what I'm hearing, and I can't ignore this. Because I'm a highly sensitive empath, guys. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a shaman. I got a lot going on over here, okay? When I perform a reading. And there's unhappiness. I feel unhappy right now. It's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling unhappiness. And just how it's not a good idea to ignore a situation, something that's making you unhappy. Just like that's not a good idea because it will disrupt. It will disrupt you emotionally. In the same way, I cannot ignore what I'm feeling in a reading because it affects me in the same way. Like it's insidious. Gradually, it's like a poison that if you do not clear away, right, it just consumes everything. That's kind of what this feels like. So listen, there's feelings, issues, problems that have been held in. Or let's just say that they have not been resolved. And that are creating a lot of unhappiness. And it's important to acknowledge this, to talk about this, to share how it is that you feel. Let's see. Because ignoring the problem doesn't make the problem go away. It only makes the problem bigger is what this feels like. Let's take a look at your significant other. So I'm already picking up that your significant other is upset. They're unhappy about something, guys. And it's something that maybe they have tried to, bypass or ignore or do without, or I don't know. But it's like and they seem okay with it. Listen, guys. We make choices and we make decisions all the time that we are okay with. It doesn't mean they're healthy for us, okay? So it's important to differentiate between that, I'm hearing, because like right now I'm getting this, that somebody's like, well, I don't know what's bothering me. And they're not thinking that is this one thing because they make the choice willingly, consciously, that it's not important. But again, it might be that one thing that you decided, like, no, I already decided that's not what I want. Or I already decided that this is how I feel about that. So that can't be the problem because I myself have made this choice and this decision and I'm okay with it. Yeah, well, you might be okay with whatever that is, but doesn't mean it's healthy for you. It doesn't mean, it's impacting you in a positive way. You see? So let's see. We have the Justice card. Interesting. It goes with what I'm telling you because, look, the Justice says what? Look, whatever choice, whatever decision you make, you better make sure it's balanced because there will be consequences and repercussions for it, right? And then I'm also getting that there's a thing about compromise where somebody, again, willingly, it's okay. They make these choices. No, like they're not. And then right now I'm hearing they're not making me do anything. I'm doing it because I want to. But again, that doesn't mean it's not going to affect you in a negative way, or it's not going to affect you in some way just because you decided that that's what you want to do. Again, we make bad choices, good choices, whatever. We make choices all the time, guys. This is saying choices, decisions have consequences. Actions have consequences. Everything has a ripple effect. Everything. So it's bringing attention to a ripple effect, right? Now, this deck just screams attachments to me. That looks like a rope. I don't know what that is. It looks like a rope. And a rope reminds me of a cord, like a cord attachment. Now, the tentacles, if you know anything about negative attachments that you form between people, like, the kinds that you want to cut, you hear a lot about that. Cut that attachment. I'm going to do a spell to cut this or to cut that and make intention, or I'm working on this. What you hear it a lot. Well, tentacles are a form of attachment. And since we're on the subject, guys, I want to share with you that I started a new channel. It's called Shamanic Visions. And I was inspired to create this channel because of a client that I worked with recently that had a very complex and unusual attachment, cord attachment, that just kind of blew my mind at the complexity of it. And it looked like a net. And that is actually what inspired me to create this new channel called Shamanic Visions, which, by the way, there's nothing on it yet. I just created it a couple of months ago, and it's just been sitting there. And I haven't done anything with it. But I picked up this deck right here, guys, yesterday to do fire signs. And I kept seeing all these attachments that inspired me to create this new channel where I can share my shamanic practice, work with you guys, and share this wisdom, this spiritual wisdom, and acknowledge with you guys about the things that I encounter during shamanic healing, shamanic journey, so that you know about this stuff. That's what inspired me. This I call it, the client had a net attachment. And I'm calling it a net attachment because that's exactly what it looked like. Like a net that's made out of rope, like a fishing net. You see that design there? That's what she had. And I had never seen such a complex attachment, a cord attachment like that. So cord attachments, right? The simplest is just a cord, right? But sometimes these cords, guys, these attachments that we form with people get incredibly complicated. And that's when they begin to acquire knots, like a knot. And there's a lot of knots. I think there's even like a science field, knot theory, I think, that's dedicated to the mathematics or something like that, of the mathematics behind knots. Well, there's knots for everything. But essentially a knot, right, is formed to restrain something, to restrict something, even to protect and safe keep something, right? Restrict, some knots, the more you pull, the tighter they get. So I'm already seeing that. You see, there's a cord right there. So, let me tell you about the channel, guys. I'm going to provide a link to my new channel in the description below. There's nothing there yet, but I was inspired through this deck to start telling you guys about it. And I don't know, I was having doubts. I was like, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should. I don't know. But let me tell you, I picked up this deck for fire signs yesterday and today, and it's just screaming these attachments, and it's significant. It's linked to this new channel, Shamanic Visions, that I'm calling it, because my plan was to debut the channel with a series on attachments. And it's going to be a super long series, guys, because there's so many types of attachments. And I wanted to start off with cord attachments and share with you guys how they look, what they do, how they're formed, and share as much knowledge and wisdom about these things with you guys. And I'm seeing it all over. Like the tentacles is a form of attachment, and they're called tentacles because that's what they appear like. That's how they appear in your mind's eye. And they operate in the same way. It just it grabs onto you very tightly, right? Where a cord attachment might wrap around you in a different way. You see how they're attachments, they all attach, but in different ways. Well, that's something that I'm seeing here, guys. There's attachments, right? And what do attachments do? Goodness, I mean, there's all kinds of different attachments, but they can manipulate. Okay, the tentacle ones, they do manipulate. They control, restrict. Let's continue. So that's something I'm seeing here. Okay. And we're looking into your significant other. So I do feel like they're dealing with like attachments, negative attachments, guys, that are really pulling at their energy, affecting their energetic state in many ways, guys. And perhaps there is a lack of awareness of that because the justice in this deck, I mean, look at their eyes. They're like they're all white. So I don't know. I'm getting like maybe there's this unawareness. We have the High Priestess. Excuse me. And then we have the Lovers. It goes with the message that I'm telling you guys, because look, what's one thing the High Priestess doesn't do? I always point this out. The High Priestess does not speak. She's intuition. When's the last time your intuition spoke to you clearly? Right? It never does. It's an inner knowing. It just knows. It just knows. So this is something that I'm getting, guys. Your significant other's definitely dealing with negative attachments. Could certainly be these two specific that we see here, cord attachments and then tentacle attachments. Which could these cords attachment, guys, they are formed through people, through connections, relationships in your life, as well as objects or things that disrupt the balance. And the spirit is all knowing, guys. We all have a spirit. We all have a connection. A higher connection to God, to spirit, to the universe that is all knowing. So I'm seeing this as some kind of awareness, maybe not conscious awareness, again, the eyes, of something, but there's an intuitive awareness, and that can be hard to pinpoint. It's like there's something within your significant other that is speaking to them, guiding them. So it's important, all right, I'm just going to throw this out there, just in general, right, if for anyone in this kind of predicament position there, it's important to connect with your intuition. It's important to make time to simply just feel your emotions, because they will be conveying something to you. There's just feeling, just feel, just sit there and breathe and feel. And you will receive guidance. You will receive awareness, knowledge through your senses. We have the Lovers. It goes with what I'm telling you, because doesn't it look like this guy right here just wants to make this person happy? I'm telling you, it goes from the very get-go. Doesn't it look like that? Like not to say this is a selfish person. That's not what I'm saying. But I am getting the tendency of putting others, maybe putting somebody's happiness first is what this looks like. Right? Putting somebody else's happiness above theirs is what this feels like. Doesn't it feel like that? It just the way of everything that I'm picking up. And this might not look unhealthy on the surface. It might just be like, wow, that's love. I wish, I had somebody that treated me this way. Right? Oftentimes that's what you hear. Oh, I wish I had somebody that treated me that way. Oh my goodness, look, they love you so much. They do this for you. They care about you. They're always on top of your needs, and they just want you to be happy. But there's something underlying there, guys. There is an imbalance there. And you could kind of see it in this man's face. Like it looks a little, I don't know, like sad, or like there's something more there, right? She's happy, she's smiling, but then this guy right here is like just playing the guitar, and it's as if he is... There's a thing about emotional regulation here, guys, about how this person he regulates their emotions through other people. So select diffuse, just kind of something that came. Okay, so that's your significant other, guys. The Lovers talks about choices and decisions, right? Choices, let me flip these over. They're upright, but I'm turning them. They've been upright, but they've been facing me. I know the angle's not so great. Kind of just spontaneously did this here. Aren't the cards beautiful? High Priestess. What was I? Many of you've picked this up already. Like there's something, like your heart, there's something, right, that your intuition is telling you that you're picking up. Show me Capricorn. Show me Capricorn. Show me Capricorn. We have the Emperor. Okay. What else? I'm thinking about the father, like the father role. And how, like, it's in specific, I'm thinking about a particular father figure who is self-sacrificing, right? Think about the role of a father. He's meant to be a provider, to provide for his family, to take care of his family, to make his family happy, to make sure that they have everything it is that they need to be able to just, be good and feel good, right? The Emperor. There's a lot of, I wouldn't necessarily say pressure, but this is a very important role, the Emperor, who is it's a provider. They also have immense influence. So this is you guys. I feel like this is pretty much just pointing to your position, which is one of great influence, right? You have immense power, the position it is that you hold. And look, they're on a throne. I'm here. What are you doing? How are you using this power? How are you using this throne? And I'm not saying you're using it wrong. That's not at all what I'm saying. Look, we have the Tower. I might be saying that actually. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Tower. Tower, tower, tower. Look at this tower. What do we see here, guys? We see somebody this little girl looks depressed. Some of you may have dealt with childhood depression, or maybe just depression itself might be a thing. This little girl. Look at this tower. The little girl is underwater. There's a tower at the top of her head, and there's these dark figures that they're coming out of this tower and going in. What are they? These looks like birds, winged things. Let me get one more card. It's like there's a lot going on the surface, isn't there? There's a lot going on the surface, guys. And it's very delicate. There's a lot going on the surface that can be easily disrupted, guys. Now, this is also talking about something that is happening, that's going on, guys, that you know cannot be sustained. Maybe it can, right? You can sustain it, but the results, right, that it's going to have are not any good. We have the Three of Pentacles. Cooperation, teamwork, effort. This is you, guys. I think you have a responsibility of some kind, right? Like here's we could say a grown person. Here's the Emperor, and it's just not anybody. You are in a position to do something. It's like whatever you do, whatever you don't do, whatever actions you take, they have an impact. They have a great impact, and they have a great effect on your environment. And I'm seeing this Tower as somebody that is emotionally vulnerable, that has traumas. And the last thing you want to do is disrupt them. The last thing you want to do is maybe get them out of that comfortable spot that they're in, because you know how hard they've had it, or you know what they're dealing with. And the last thing you want to do is, maybe apply any pressure on them or take any happiness away from them that they're having. And you think, I can't. But that can be an issue. That could be a problem, right? Because in a way you are, what's the word? It's a problem when someone is doing something that something's happening that's not good, right? But that is temporarily bringing relief. And you think, like right now I'm hearing, it's okay for now. Maybe you're not thinking about it like that, but sometimes we think, well, it's okay for now, but they're having a hard time, or this just happened. So I'm hearing right now, just let them have it. I'll let them do it. It's okay. It doesn't seem like a huge problem, although it's definitely maybe unhealthy, or there's something certainly that needs immediate attention. And the Emperor speaks about difficult choices. Like, it's not easy to be in this position, because it means doing what is best for others. And guess what? If you have children, maybe you don't have children, but you know what that can be like. They get mad at you. They get mad at you. They see you as a tyrant. They see you as the source of their stress, because you're causing them discomfort, or because you're doing this or you're doing that, or because you're not doing this or because you're not doing that. Why? And it feels like that's what we have here, guys. We have something that it's like and know, guys, that the choices and the decisions that you make right now will have an effect. So my advice to you, my dear Capricorn, is this. Think about the long term, not about what is easy right now, what comes easy right now, what is best for right now, but what is best overall for everyone perhaps involved, for you, for another person, for this relationship, this connection, for everything. And use that as guidance. Now, the Three of Pentacles is here, and it says, guess what, guys? Now, we might have a difficult situation. We do. I think we kind of do, guys, because the Three of Pentacles talks about cooperation, teamwork, and compromise. It means working well with others. And because the Tower is there, because the Justice is there, you know, it's saying several things. One is saying, take everyone into consideration when making choices and making decisions. Take everyone into account, because everyone matters. Everyone matters. In the Three of Pentacles, everyone matters, because the future results depend on this cooperation, on these choices and these decisions that these people are all contributing to. One more card. Tell me a little bit more about this. Tell me about this Tower right here. Tell me about this Tower. What is this Tower, Holy Spirit? Tell me more. Give us some more, insight into this Tower. We have the Ace of Wands. You see, is an action of some kind, a decision in action, a choice. Decision, action, choice. It's like, I don't know if I want to bother her right this instant. Kind of looks like they're dealing with some things, or there's something happening there under the surface or above. Like there's just something there, and it's like, maybe this is not the right time to poke at this. Doesn't look like it, right? Not at all. So Three of Pentacles, I feel like it's also saying that, listen, a resolution, okay? A resolution can be found. This can be worked out in a way that everybody is happy and okay with, guys, but that is going to require you and another, and perhaps even maybe more people for some of you, to help the situation. It can be done, but it will take some some tough choices for some of you guys. But I'm telling you, it's better that you deal. It feels like it's better that you deal with this now than later. If you think it's bad now, it will get worse later. Again, actions have consequences. So remember that, okay? It's saying that the actions you take right now, what you do or you do not do, it will have an effect, meaning you will deal with the aftermath of whatever this is, whether it's positive or negative, in the future. There's no doubt about it. And it will not only involve you, but it will affect you and others. So it's important, I'm hearing, to listen to your intuition and to follow through, and not and to make the best choices and decisions, guys, for a relationship. Because that's the Lovers. It's making choices and decisions that benefit one another. All right, so how is this going to be developing and moving forward? Maybe let's give my dear Capricorn some insights, a revelation perhaps of some kind about, how just anything, how things will be unfolding, what they can expect to encounter. We have the Seven of Wands. What's the Seven of Wands? Yikes, what's happening here? Looks like somebody's, what is it, scuba? No, it's not scuba diving. They're out down in the ocean. It seems at the bottom of the ocean. It looks like. It's the Seven of Wands, guys, which says what? It means that there will be opposition. It means that there will be a struggle. Seven of Pentacles, we have this is an extra card in the deck. It's called Curiosity. And what stands out to me is that this cat seems to be stuck somewhere in the middle of the ocean, right? Like, this sucks being here. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know what's up with their face. It looks like she's not really happy. I don't know completely. And then we have the Nine of Wands. They don't look too happy either. Their head is slanted right here. This one, not so happy. Here, not so happy. Seven of Wands. So this is, I'm hearing this is about putting your foot down and following through and not letting things fall through the cracks. It's the Seven of Wands. Like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to be swayed. I'm not going to be swayed. I have to follow through. And that will be very difficult because somebody will make that very hard. Somebody will, I'm hearing, try to make you feel like maybe it's, you know, easier to do this, or it's better to that. Maybe it's not that important, whatever. Like, you have to, it will be hard, guys, to maintain whatever position you take. It's pretty much what this is saying. It's going to be hard to maintain that. It's going to be hard to maintain whatever position you take. And whatever, and that pretty much means, guys, like, whatever you have to do, whatever you're doing, like, it's not going to be easy. And you have to have a strong will. Strong conviction. Like, you need to know, like, you why you're doing it, and you have to really feel it and believe it, and in order to be able to follow through and be able to withstand the challenges that come with, you know, with what you're doing. I mean, but you can't bend, guys. You can't bend just a little. You can't. Because a little mistake, you know what happens, guys? It knocks you over. It knocks you down a block down. We saw you with the Emperor energy, which means what? What did I say? You have a very influential position right now. It means that you got to keep that up. It means that you cannot give away your throne. You can't give away your throne, guys. Somebody will try to dethrone you here with the Seven of Wands. And that would only happen, guys, if you bend. That will only, again, remember, all actions have consequences. So the right decisions are not easy. Sometimes sometimes they're not, they don't necessarily benefit you at the time. The right choice is hard, guys, but you're going to have to stand by it, and you cannot crack, I'm telling you, because it's the Seven of Wands that's being dethroned. And the moment you show some sort of weakness in the Seven of Wands, you run the risk of, you know, falling off. And guess what? You lose that place of advantage. So that's important to consider, right? And look, this little cat also looks like, you know, those eyes they make at you, like, you know, like, oh, poor little kitty. Like, I'm not mad at the kitty anymore, or something like that, right? And you just want to not be mad at the kitty. Curiosity. Curiosity, what, guys? Kills the cat. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Look at their face. So the Eight of Pentacles is about perfecting something, knowing that it will take repeated effort to finally get something right. And that's not necessarily fun. It looks like that's not always fun, but it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be miserable either. Because you know that what you're doing is helping you get to, get better skills, for example, to become better. It's helping you. It's a benefit of some kind. That could be frustrating. Maybe there's a lot of work. Like, okay, there's a lot of work. And then we have the 9 of Wands. And there's something that I'm seeing is, look at the faces. Just look at the faces. You see that? This is future energy, by the way. The head's tilted. Is the 9 of Wands, which says, hasn't this gone on long enough? Not long enough, not quite yet, but yes, but no. Hasn't this gone on long enough? How much more, right? How much more time do we have to do this? How much more of this? Are you sure? Is this creating doubt, curiosity? I don't know. Is this a weakness? It looks like it. This is a weakness. Your weakness, a weakness. But again, guys, you have to keep this up. You have to keep this up. You have to keep this up. 9 of Wands, don't throw in the towel. It's saying, listen, perhaps you will be tempted. You will be tempted. Right when I'm hearing your victory is around the corner. It's the 9 of Wands. You just have to keep your position, guys, and you have to stand strong. However that resonates, okay? One last message, okay? One last one. One last thing, a revelation, something you want to share. Tell my dear Capricorn before we move on to closing messages. Just one thing. Just one thing. One card. Let's see. I said one card. All right, look. Okay, fine. Whatever. 7 of Wands. 7 of Swords. Interesting. You know what this is? Sabotage. Don't sabotage yourself. Don't sabotage other people. Do know that there will be people that will try to sway you, sabotage a situation, sabotage themselves. Okay, it can't happen. But remember, you are the Emperor. You have the power to not allow these things to influence you. But again, the power lies in your hands. Don't let anybody take that, guys. This 7 of Swords is deceptive, it's cunning, it's tricky. We have the Page of Pentacles. And remember, if you guys have kept up with me since the beginning, I talked about this new channel, right, that I have going on, and what inspired me was a net attachment. Do you see the net? There's a net there. And look, the ego is set free. So for many of you guys, you are, it's like you've set yourself free. There is a trap as well, right? And it's like, do not get trapped. Like, continue moving forward with whatever plan. Continue moving forward with the right plan. Page of Pentacles. Don't get caught up in anything. That happens with the 7 of Swords. And then we have the Empress. The Empress here looks super cool, guys. I think the Empress is just bringing attention to perhaps maybe the sensitivity and the care that this situation needs to be handled in, guys. It represents understanding. And again, we have the mother role, which mother knows best, right? We saw that vibe with the Emperor too. And this is a position of power, of influence as well. The Empress. I'm just getting this for some of you, selective few. I'm hearing a mother could be a very good ally. Continue moving forward, guys, knowing that progress may seem slow, but it will all be worth it. Don't cut any corners. Don't let things fall through the cracks. Seven of Swords, do not be, you have to really be attentive. You need to really be aware about, what's going on, intentions, and the people around and people's intentions. Not to say that there's a horrible person here, but again, it seems as though the possibility of you being swayed is a possibility. The Empress, this is unconditional love, guys. Unconditional love, but more so maybe it's tough love, because this one looks tough, doesn't it? Like she'll cut you with that knife, and then she has a shield, so she's like ready for battle. So this is tough love. All right, closing messages. If you want to book a reading with me, guys, you can do so by going to the link down below in the description box. It's going to take you to VotreVoyageTarot.com, where you could book a private reading with me. Closing messages. We have best friend. Friendship is vital to your romance. Feelings deepen and blossom. Okay, best friend. Friendship is vital in your romance, guys. Friendship. So I think this is talking about the different levels of connection in relationships. I'm hearing where one moment you're taking the role of a friend, the next one of a confidant, the next one of a mother, right, of a father, which is pretty much a protector, a nurturer, a confidant, right? Memento. A gift from someone special. Ooh, a gift. That's always nice. A gift from someone special. Time apart. A time of separation. Now that could just be pointing to anxiety, right? That looks like there's a lot of anxiety there. But it's also talking about, like, I'm seeing abstinence here, like just taking a break from something. And being difficult, right? Like there's difficult, like they want to be together, but this one's like, I have duty, right? I have to do this. There's a duty right there to do. All right, let's see. Closing messages for my dear Capricorn. And I am done. I am so done. Ex-partner, an unfinished love connection. This situation may involve an ex. That's interesting. Ex-partner. Let's see. Whoa. We have letter. Okay, let's read this. They are reaching out to communicate. News or messages are coming soon. Somebody's ex-partner, someone from the past is writing to somebody, to you, to them, something. There's a letter from an ex-partner for some of you. One more card, and we have spiritual. Traditional values or spiritual lessons need to be learned. Yeah, for sure. It's what this feels like, right? Traditional values or spiritual lessons need to be learned. So there's a growth happening, and that growth is not easy. Growth hurts and is certainly resisted often, very often times. All right, let's see. One last message and we're done, guys. One last message and I'm letting you go. I'm letting you go. Let's see. Cappy. My dad was a Capricorn. He passed away. Reconciliation. Remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. That's reminding me of that beginning. At the end there, which is just saying, right? Like, be careful what you do. There's that thing. Actions have consequences, right? Things could be deceiving. Also remember that. So just be very careful. And listen, just allow yourself to be guided by your intuition, right? Like every time I see an eagle, I think about divine guidance. And it's like, listen, you just stick to it. Like whatever you do, right? It's like saying, like I'm seeing somebody saying like they're going on this journey through this desert. And they know, like they tell them, listen, all you have to do is stay on this path. No matter what happens or what they tell you, you have to stay on this path, no matter what it looks like. And, you know, sure enough, that is easier said than done, because once you step into, you know, this desert and get on this path, there's so many things that happen that it looks like is best for you maybe to go this way or that way, right? But you have to just stick to it. And well, this Empress is could be talking about, remember the source of love. A loving action is all you need to begin the process. Reach out with a simple first step. And it's also bringing attention to that letter that we saw. Card, mercy. Ooh, justice. Yes. Let compassion fill your world. Offer kindness to all living things. What you give, you also receive. This is what I have for you, my dear Capricorn. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. As always, truly, it was an honor and my pleasure. You guys take care, okay? Bye-bye.